Welcome to the BoyFriends podcast, where we help you find your circle
and your man.
I'm Jarrod D King, and look, we have Sarun is back with us today. Yes.
Greetings, fellow humans. Hello.
I'm also here with Tony, Renee, and Melvin. We are all in the building. I'm so excited to actually be back. We had this snowstorm last time. We were supposed to have an episode for you last week, but unfortunately, you know.
We know you understand.
Blame it on Keenan. Blame it on her. What was it? Storm Keenan or something. But anyway, since we haven't seen each other, what's like? Give us a little quick update. Let us know, like, especially you, Sarun, what's been going on with you? What's been going on in your world?
Nothing much, just work and home life. Just there's a huge market in the park in South Philly. We're just making it a reality. It's been there for 30 years. Working with the city, making it, happen. Okay. It's illegal. We're doing illegal stuff.
Illegal stuff.
Doing a lot of illegal stuff.
Love it.
Be gay, do crimes.
Yes.
Tony, what's been going on with you? I know you had a birthday.
I did. I celebrated
Happy
another
birthday.
Thank you. Another rotation around the sun. I'm super excited to have 33 years under my belt. I think this is going to be a good year. I feel it. I feel like this is going to be a great year. The year's starting off right. It's starting off good.
And it's Year of the Tiger for Lunar New Year.
Oh,
tap into that energy.
okay, I'm going to tap right in.
Yeah.
I like a tiger.
I also had a birthday.
Yes, Jerry.
And, I went out with some friends and stuff, and, we had our, but it was funny because it landed on the day that we were supposed to record last time, but I think later in the day, the roads were clear enough that we were able to actually get out. So
How old are
thank
you?
goodness. I just turned 35.
Okay.
Yeah. And Melvin had a birthday as well.
Yes,
Over Renee. We'll get back to you, but we have to get the birthdays out.
It's our birthday.
birthdays
It's
out.
Aquarius, It's all about the Aquarius season,
It's a vibe.
And how was your birthday?
My birthday was good. I'm forever 21, like the store.
Yeah, okay.
No, it was good. I had some friends over. We drank. We played games. It was like a cute
was
little
fun,
game night.
Melvin.
Yeah, it was
We
really
had a
fun.
good
Oh, we
time.
all wore wigs. That was fun. So, I'm down for a wig. I'm always down for a good wig. I'll post pictures.
Very good. Bill,
Maybe.
please do.
Maybe.
I'm sad I missed out on that. I was supposed to go, but I was like I did not want to get stuck out
did
there.
not
with
get an
Uber
invite.
and all that stuff, and yeah.
So let me say this. I was not in control of the invites. Jeremy was sending out invitations. I told him to invite all my castmates. I guess he only follows Jarrod and Tony, and that's why they had nothing to do with me. I literally told him I wanted all the castmates there. That was my request. Let me put that on camera.
Jeremy, we're beefing.
So Renee, what have you been up to?
Honestly, not that much. Just been going through the motions. Mercury retrograde was the worst. I got texts from 2 exes.
Oh no.
Dropped off my sneaky link because that was just not serving me mentally anymore.
As in you like drop he's dropped.
Yeah, he's dropped. Took that number out the phone. And my grandpa's birthday, who is also an Aquarius, is next week. So I'm going to go out to Brooklyn and hang out with him.
Oh, that's
I
nice.
got him some PJs.
Welcome to
Nice.
Brooklyn. Sorry.
I'm single again, y'all. Just to let y'all know. We ain't gotta go into details.
Clutch my pearls.
But the thing is, when you see red flags, get out.
Yeah.
Okay, and it's like this guy did a 360.
Really?
Where was all this at? 3 months into dating. It's
That's
like
how
as soon
it
as we
be.
became official, he showed his ass.
That's
I'm like,
how it always goes.
like
too.
why? Like, oh, now it's like
They're like, oh, I got
What?
you.
absolutely not. Red flag
Yeah,
number
gosh.
1, red flag number 2,
Well,
number
wait,
3.
what did he show his ass? Like was
He did a
like, mean,
complete.
or-
No, it was just like, there are certain things I'm attracted to, and you portrayed certain things. That's just I wouldn't have invested in early on. I would like if I saw that early on, I would like no, like. And so, just when y'all see red flags, go
Them flags be
quicker.
flags.
What have
For
me
sure.
and Jarrod been saying this entire time?
Look, I didn't want to say it, and I'm just
Wait. Okay, we're not gonna even go there. We're not gonna even go there because I don't even know where that conversation was going.
Thank
we got
you.
topics today.
Yeah.
We do have
I'm gonna let
topics.
y'all.
We do have
I'm gonna let
topics.
y'all have that.
But speaking of breaking apart or like breaking up, I didn't necessarily break up with somebody, but I was talking with someone.
That we knew nothing about, by the way.
Well, I
Nothing.
mean, it wasn't really anything to like mention like that.
It
but
was. It was.
So I said sure.
Like I mentioned my sneaky link, and he's just like, whatever.
We would have
It's
loved to
my
know about it,
private
Jerry.
life.
We would have loved to know about it. I promise you,
Really?
we would have loved to know about it. Right, Melvin? When you have
I would have loved
What
to,
would
because I
y'all
would
done
have
with
said
that
something.
information?
Yeah, sure.
I have no.
It would have been on here. I'm not gonna even lie to you.
I would have stalked him very hard.
Oh my gosh. Well, anyway, it ended, and yeah, I don't know. I think I just kind of came to the conclusion, or kind of learned. Like, I feel like every time you connect with somebody, kind of you have the opportunity to learn about yourself, and I feel like with this last interaction that I had with this guy that was supposedly supposed to be like a potential like dating partner, I think I just learned that, you know, I don't have to try so hard, you know, because, and I think that a lot of times when I'm dating, I try really hard to kind of like show interest or to kind of, what do you call it, reciprocate. And I don't know, I think now I'm just like, okay, I don't really have to do all that, because that comes from a place of me thinking that something's wrong with me, or that something is, or that I'm not able to show that, you know, I'm interested and people fall off or whatever. Now at this point, I'm just like, if you like it, you like it, and if you don't, you don't, and, you know, we're just gonna go at a normal pace. So I don't know, growing, and that's all we do here at BoyFriends. So that's what we're trying to do. But anyway, we do have a fun topic to talk about. Our question is it important for the guy you date to mesh well with your friends? Who would like this? Who did you come up with this question, Melvin?
I did not come up with
It was
this
a viewer
question.
question, I think.
I think it was too, but I don't know who said. I was look. I'm sorry. Like, if you're watching this, like, I'm sorry, because this is your question, and, you know, call yourself out in the comments or something, because I was looking like crazy to see who this was. I just didn't write your name down. So, okay, viewer question: is it important for the guy you date to mesh well with your friends? What do you guys think?
Yes and no. For
Yeah.
me, it's a yes and no. I think that it's important in a sense because your friends are a reflection of you. So if your partner doesn't get along with your friends, then essentially, do y'all get along? But I don't think it's necessarily important for them to like build this whole other relationship outside of me because he's my partner.
Yeah, I think it needs to be a healthy relationship,
Right.
The partner and the friend, right? No space, because I know they're friends with your family. They're friends with your, if it's a real relationship, right? He needs to be able to know when he's invited to the group party versus not, because I know there's situations where if a partner shows up, your friends could be like, what's he doing here? I didn't know he was going to come. Is it too attached, right? You know, and it's just our time as friends, not that with the partner.
Is it different with like gay men though? Because I feel like, I don't know, isn't it? It's like it's different if it's like a boyfriend coming into a group of girlfriends, but I feel like when it's a boyfriend coming into a group of guy friends,
I think obsession really doesn't matter what gender or sexual. You know,
I love
because
that
it's
word,
like
by the way.
Right? If they're
Obsession.
obnoxious and they they want your time, not necessarily having you shared with other people.
yeah,
I think that's past boundaries, like past identities.
yeah.
I think the key word here is mesh well, or two words is mesh well. I do think it's important for your partner to feel comfortable around your friends, right? Because ultimately that's going to have an impact on your relationship. Like me, I have a ton of friends and different groups of friends, and so I normally, historically, I try to push my partner to get to know my friends and to have thriving relationships with them as well. But if it's not meshing well, they're not going to be wanting to come around. They're not going to want me to go out. I feel like it is important to a degree, because like Melvin said, they're an extension of you, and sometimes I'm gonna just say this on the record. Sometimes our friends give us a bad rap. I know one time. I know one time, if I invited my partner out, he was like, "Oh, this what y'all do." Like, this what y'all doing? Like, I wonder what y'all do when the hell I'm not here. I'm like, it's not that bad. He was like, oh no, I can't trust y'all motherfuckers.
What were y'all doing?
Being us, being like sometimes we have a very tight knit group.
Laps.
Yeah, but that's just not. It's not non-sexual, but somebody who's
Wait,
new.
it is non-sexual.
Yeah, with your friends.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
I sit on Melvin lap and my boyfriend is just like, what the fuck you doing over there? Like, you wouldn't understand that. It's not. I get it. I understand why you would feel some type of way, but it's not that.
Yeah.
And so sometimes our partners get very in their heads, like what's going on, and they trust issues come up. It's like, oh, I don't know. So I think it's important immediately to have a great foundation with your friends and your partner.
Okay. Would you say that it's a requirement?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
I do. I
To
think
what
it's a
extent?
mild. I think it's a mild requirement.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yes, I like that word.
It's a mild requirement. I'm having my relationship with you, and I'm having my relationship with my friends. But in order for us, all of us, to work together, I think we should meet in the middle somewhere.
So I mean, I part of me thinks like, you know, it would be really. I think it's important. So it's like this is like the difference in between the wording. It's like, yes, it's important for your significant other to mesh well with your friends, but if not, I personally don't think it's a requirement. I think that it's a requirement to at least be cordial with one another. And I think that goes on both sides, with friends and with your significant other. And so far, a lot that I've heard has been kind of placing the crazy tag on the boyfriend as opposed to your friends. Sometimes your friends are...
That's why I say our friends give us a bad rap sometimes.
Yeah.
Friends need to be checked.
Hello?
Yeah. But I don't know. What were you thinking?
Well, I think that it honestly kind of depends on how good of a friend they are. I think that it
yes,
is a
Renee.
requirement that they get along with your best friend, because that's the person that you're most close with. That's like the family you chose, basically. I mean, it's like you can't, like, they can't get along with like every single person in your life, or at least, you know, at least let them. Hopefully, they'll be cordial to them. But I think as soon as they start kind of saying, like, I don't really want you hanging out with so and so,
Exactly.
Right.
that is a
Exactly,
pretty
yeah.
big red
Exactly.
flag to me. Like you definitely act different with your friends, but you know it's not like you act like that all the time. But if they don't even like allow you to have that like one part of your life that you really enjoy, then that is pretty fucked up.
Yeah. Do you think that we can kind of poison the well with our friends though? Like,
What do you mean?
Talking shit about your man.
Yeah, because we have, you know, we have those issues that pop up, and then we start going to our friends like, you know, so and so did this, or you know, and then your friends are looking at your man like, what the hell? And your man starts looking at your friends like, you know, and you're stuck like, I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
And that's exactly why this last, whatever it was a 1 week relationship. My friends didn't meet him. We were dating for 3 months and they have not met him. And they was like, well, you're official. How come we haven't met this guy? I wanted to make sure it was right for me before I brought around y'all. I need to feel comfortable.
I didn't need y'all messing this up.
Hello,
for me.
exactly. Because I need to make sure, because, and even deeper with your family. Because, like if I had brought him around my family and then we just broke up, they're looking at me like, well, what the fuck is going on? Like, why are you dating and you bring around people that's not going to be sustainable? And so I do believe we let our friends in on too much too early.
Yes, I completely
Too
agree
much
with that.
too early. That's why I said you need to know who you're dating first before your friends know who you're dating. If that makes sense. I don't
Yeah.
know.
So I have a question for you though. Do you think your friends would have helped you see those red flags earlier?
If I didn't see him earlier, I don't think they could have seen him earlier. It was a 360. It's like, what the hell?
Wow.
What is this person? Because I undoubtedly would be like, oh, peace. What? Thank you. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that happened.
Yeah.
I'm not. It's like I was at Six Flags. I'm thinking I'm at the circus. I'm like, all these. I'm like, dude, where is this coming from?
Wow.
But in relation to this question, I also think that your partner needs to have their own whatever going on as well. If I'm I'm a big person with a big personality, I have a lot of friends, and you ain't got shit going on, and
Yeah.
I'm always social, you're gonna start to disdain. You know, you're gonna start to look at me like, okay, can't you stay in? Like, why are you always out? You need to have equal amount of time with your friends or whoever as I got. I'm very busy, so you need to be as busy as I am, socially, work related, family. Like, you just need to be as busy because I don't need you down my ass, down my throat.
You need your own life.
You need your own life.
I was gonna bring that up. I think it's definitely about boundaries on both sides, as far as the friend relationship and your partner, because your friends don't need to know everything about your relationship, and your partner don't need to know everything about your friends.
Mm-hmm.
Like me and Jeremy, we sometimes go on separate trips. Like this is my friend trip, and then we have our trips together. And then other times I'm on the phone with my friend. I'm like, hey, I'm gonna call you back because I'm finna go just be around my man, and that's it. And you know, so it's just about healthy boundaries.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Are there some friends that you won't bring your man around?
The whores.
Maybe associates. I wouldn't say any of my friends. And I mean, I don't even know. I wouldn't hang around anybody like that I wouldn't feel comfortable bringing my man around. Just that's a personal thing. Now, I don't know about other people, but
I mean, I imagine because, I mean, as we know, Jeremy, like, you know, Jay Latte, he's around a lot of people,
right.
So it's probably like you probably had to get to a point where
actually,
it's the reverse. Okay.
Sometimes he brings me around people, and I'm like, I wasn't in the mood for company, but that's okay.
My friend Therese, she just recently got into a relationship with somebody. And
Hey Therese.
Hey Rezzy, we love Therese. And whatever relationship she's in or whoever she's dating, she lets them know, like, hey, listen, one of my best friends is Tony. He's gay, and let me tell you, if you don't like gay people, you got this homophobic thing going on, we ain't gonna work. I said, Therese, you been telling them? She was like, yes. She said, because you're a vital part of my life, and they're gonna be around me. Mm-hmm. You're gonna be around me. I'm here. She was like, yeah, you're here before them. You'll be here after them. I put that out there. I was like, damn. So she makes it known. Mm-hmm. She said she don't play with that. She lets her know from the beginning, like, these are my friends. This is Tony. Like, he ain't going nowhere, basically. And so I was like, I kind of thought that was kind of sweet.
That's good. You know,
it reminds me of something that I saw on the internet where this girl told her friend's boyfriend, like, I don't know if you're going to be at the wedding, but I definitely will be. Like, just put him in his place.
Wait,
I don't
That's
even
true.
know. That might be a little kind of cross the line type of thing. Like,
I mean, like, I feel like it definitely kind of, like, establishes the relationship of, like, you and I better get along.
I got you.
It's a vital person in your life. And if they don't get along with, like, I don't know, just, like, such an essential person to, like, who you are and, like, what you do and, like, how you have fun.
Oh, wait, that was the
yourself.
friend that said that to...
The friend said it to the boyfriend.
Okay.
That's why I said it might be
you
a
might
little...
not be at the wedding, but I know I will be.
I know. Any wedding. Whether it be you listen.
And I think if a guy is nervous that, like, that they're not going to mesh well with your friends, or, like, when your boyfriend doesn't want to hang out with them, I feel like that is kind of like not like a red flag, maybe like an orange one. Because it's like they're like, when they're scared of your best friend, like, what are you scared of? Like, that they're gonna see you for who you really are, because they're not blinded by being, like, in love with you or something. So I think that, especially, like, your really, really good friends and the people that you see the most, it's very telling in a relationship if they, like, mesh well with that person.
So I have a question. So have you ever had an ex you introduced to your friends? Mm-hmm. You're no longer in with this person, but they hit it off with your friend, like their friend, not like sexually, but like as friends, they bonded, and then they're still friends. No. You know what I mean? No,
I have not done with that.
I have with my family, actually. We were together for 6 years, and we broke up, and, you know, it was like we were living together. It's like, Anthony, you want us to stop talking to such and such? I'm like, no, but I'm like, he needs no boundaries. Like, you can't go to everything no more. Like, you're done. Like, cut it off. Like, get off the titty. Like, come on, stop drinking. Like, and I'm like, I said, listen, y'all also have a due diligence to me to not keep inviting this person to stuff. Like, that's not fair to the person I'm going to be dating in the future. Like, it's not okay. My family is still cool with my ex, and I understand why, but not with friends. I haven't had that happen with friends.
Yeah. You know, I've had it happen, not necessarily with any relationship I was in, but from a siblings relationship. And we all knew his girlfriend very well. They ended up had kind of a bad breakup. And it was a little weird to be in that space. It's like, you know, I don't really have an issue with you, but he does. And then it's like, okay, it's like, now I gotta unfriend you on Facebook, and I can't talk to you and all that kind of thing, because I gotta be in lockstep with my brother. I can't necessarily, that's where the loyalty lies. But yeah, it was different. I mean, it was difficult. It was a little strange, but I mean, I guess that was a learning experience. Is your brother single now? No, he's married.
And fine.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm gonna send him that clip. Right?
I met him.
Oh, I haven't seen the brother actually.
Oh, I didn't even know
I
you
have two
had a
brothers,
brother.
actually. I have a younger brother and an older brother.
Well, which one did I mean?
The younger one.
Mm-hmm.
We
got
have a
braids.
podcast together, and I feel like I just don't know enough facts about your guys' life. Like, I did not know they had brothers.
Yeah.
So I want to piggyback off of Sarun's question a little bit, because I haven't never experienced that particularly, but what I have experienced, and I don't know if you guys have, this is a big thing in the gay community, so you probably won't get to relate, unfortunately.
I'm looking to
But,
learning.
What I have had is, I have friends now who I've had a sexual past with, and I'm trying to make sure I put this right. They're close friends of mine. They're really close friends of mine I've had a sexual past with. And so if my partner wasn't okay with that, that would be a thing for me, because I'm not going to let go of my close friends just because you're, what's the word I'm looking for? Insecure about whatever that relationship is. You should just trust the fact that I'm telling you that's done with, it's over, it happened, it's in the past.
You're talking about with your significant other,
right. Like my significant other shouldn't really, that shouldn't be a factor for him. But I know for some people it is. I've seen it. I've seen my close friends who I'm referring to, their partner has had an issue with it. Like, you can't talk to them. Like, I can't believe that you would ever think that that's okay.
I think I would need to see that dynamic before making the judgment of like, no, you can't talk to them.
But you might be like, no, I don't want you to hang out with that person.
I don't think I would be. I think if I was uncomfortable with it, then I would just be like, maybe I'm not the girl for you.
Like, I could understand if we like, oh, this is my best friend. Oh, God.
Yeah, no, exactly. Like, if it was like that, then I'd be like, no, I'm not cool with it. But if you guys were just like clearly just friends and there was nothing between you, then I'd be like, okay with it. I think I would have to see the dynamic first before passing the judgment.
Well, here's the thing. He doesn't know what the relationship consists of anymore. And he has to trust it. Deep down inside, he will never know if there's anything happening on the side or not. So that's something that hypothetically your partner would need to work on. If you're saying it's nothing, there's nothing he can do to believe you or not believe you because you don't have no proof. Sometimes there's proof, sometimes there's not. But if there's legit nothing going on, that's something he needs to work on personally,
And I take that back about the straight thing, because y'all do go through this. When girls be like, oh, this is my brother. Right. Exactly. This is my play brother.
We grew up together. We grew up together.
I've actually never really had to go through that of like a guy being like, oh yeah, so like me and her used to date, but now we're just friends, because they never really are just friends. At least from like my experience with my friends going through that, I could be totally off. Maybe one of them like became a lesbian and then they became friends. that could be a possibility. But again, I just think it's definitely like the whole dynamic of it, especially like if the other person's like in a relationship or even like married now, but you guys are like still friends. And if as long as you're just open and honest, and like maybe if your partner is comfortable enough coming to you and saying like, I feel like a little bit vulnerable with this relationship, can we just talk a little bit about it? I think that's like, maybe that's a sign
Renee
of
is
growth.
always about like, just say it.
Just say it.
Just do it. Just
like
do it.
honesty.
Well, you know what? I'm actually on the flip side. Of this question, I'm experiencing the opposite right now. Where me and my best friend, Tish, we love you, Tish. And I'm not cool with her fiance. That's my best friend, and me and her fiance. I don't know how he feel, but I don't feel him. I don't feature him. I don't feel him. It's just, and he know why. You know why. But but it's important for her that we are cordial, that we're respectable, in her presence, and just when we're around each other. But if I need her to come out, hey, I'm doing this, and I'm putting in notice, a couple days early. I don't want no issues with the boyfriend, the fiance. I'm the best friend. I've been here, and listen, you need to come on out.
I earned my spot.
Hello, and sometimes she'll kick back. But this is my fiance, and this is what's going on, and I need to stay in this weekend. And I have to respect that, because as the family grows, you get married, y'all are building a connection together. And sometimes that connection that we have or friends have grow a little, looser. And so I have to respect that. But I let him know all the time. She coming out. And she been there all week. She coming out. And I would go directly to him.
Oh, I would hate
To let him know.
That's right.
I would hate that if a guy
Please.
just kind of held my friend basically hostage in the home of not wanting to see me just because we're not cool.
I'm not sure if that's how he feel, but sometimes he plays that card. He pulls it out. I want you here. And sometimes she bends, and sometimes she don't. I get it.
I do not have the personality for that. I would snap so fast.
But you gotta really think about it. They're about to be married,
I know. I have absolutely no idea what that is like because I've never gotten to that point in a relationship.
But have you had it happen to you with a friend before?
All right, good.
Yes. Yeah, this guy that I dated when I was younger, he didn't like me hanging out with this one girl because she took me to all the strip clubs, and it was Springfield, Massachusetts. That's the only thing you can do is go to Mardi Gras to have fun. And he was just no, she's too much. She gets you into these situations. I'm like, okay, the only situation that she got me into was we went to a penthouse and at the top of Mardi Gras, I didn't do anything. And he would just he would just be I don't want you going out with her. And that was one of the biggest red flags. He was the worst person I've ever dated.
So this is actually another question that I had, or I guess just a scenario. Have you ever felt protective of a really close friend, almost to the point where it's you're kind of judging all of their friends or all of the people that they're connected to on some level? You're
Yes.
Okay, I don't know what you see in that one, but
Yes,
okay, that kind of thing.
Yes.
What is that? What is it that we need to be the best friend?
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Protective. I thought you meant more I see you hanging out with this person and I don't like them. So
yeah, but I mean, it's kind of it's when you meet somebody who's and I don't know. I think I've experienced this with best friends. Mm-hmm. We're gonna have. I know she's gonna call me. She's gonna have a conversation with me after putting this out there. And I feel I've done it myself as well, where it's just the people that we connect with outside of that best friendship. Mm-hmm. Sometimes it's side eye. We always just kind of side eye that other person. You know what I'm saying? And I just wonder why we always go there.
That sounds like love.
Is that what it is?
I know it's weird,
but I mean, okay. So in the case of having a significant other, I feel it's probably the same kind of thing, isn't it? Where it's I know I'm number one, and I'm just checking all these other people that you got around. I'm no. Maybe,
It's a little toxic, but it's still love.
So the person that you're involved with romantically that you bring into your life, they could be that person that actually kind of points out hey, that person that you hang out with is pretty toxic. I know that's your girl and everything, or that's your boy, but they're getting you into these situations, or maybe they're not bringing out your best self, or
but you got to be around before you can have any commentary on my life with my friend.
Mm-hmm.
You got to be around significantly. You got to be able to see stuff. You can't just be here 2, 3, 4 months and you think you can speak on my relationship with my friends.
That's
absolutely not.
That's
no, it's not. No, it's not.
That's not.
I think
Absolutely.
Okay, hold on.
It's not a long time before you even go.
Oh my God! Thank you.
I'm saying to be around your friends, I'm saying if you have been around your friends enough within up to 4 months, That's a long. That's
That's
enough.
still
First of
not
all,
long
4 months.
enough.
I'm just not getting to know you.
Okay,
Right.
I'm saying, but that's why I'm trying to clarify it because
Okay. Go ahead.
because I know you had just said that you were with this guy for 3 months and he hasn't really been around your
He ain't met
friends.
nobody.
Yeah.
But I'm saying if you had been with somebody for 4 months and you have like maybe let's say you have had a get together with your friends a couple of times. I think that's enough to have an opinion.
Definitely still not.
For yourself, but not
I-
for my
Exactly.
life.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You can have your own opinion, but you can't say you should be hanging out with them just based off of a couple of interactions. You don't know
Yeah,
everything
that's
that I
true.
know.
I mean, no.
Well, or it can be also based off of like kind of like what you tell them.
Yeah.
Right.
Like
Exactly.
maybe like you say to your significant other like, man, like I really want to stop drinking. Like I'm drinking like so excessively, and it's not like it's bad for my health. It's making me feel like, you know, whatever. And then your friend is always the one who's dragging you out, like, let's get drunk tonight, let's go do this, let's go do that. And then your significant other is like, you know, you are hanging out with this person that's like kind of, you know, putting you in the opposite direction of what you're trying
It's one
to
thing
do.
if I tell you stuff and I'm like, we having pillow talk.
Yeah.
Damn, babe, you know, Melvin like really pissed me off the other day, and he's aware of moments I keep having with Melvin. If he says something like, you know, well, I just want to remind you know, how he makes you feel, and you don't like the way he makes you feel, and I don't think you should really hang out with him if you're concerned with that. That's different.
Yeah.
If you gonna speak on shit that you have no idea, and you just observing, absolutely not. No
That's
go.
true, yeah.
That's just me. I mean, Jarrod.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Okay.
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah. I would never. I don't think I would like direct my significant other without having a significant amount of time with their friends, but I would still clock some stuff initial like within the because I'm just a very good read on people. I am. I'm sorry.
I'm an empath.
I am. So, you know, I can, you know, and I give people, you know, I give people the benefit of the doubt in that first meeting, but I can be like, okay.
You're also the
I know
person who
what
gives
you're
your number in the first
You
day.
did say that.
Okay, so that's not a
You
good
said
read.
a couple of
That's not a good
messages.
read.
It is.
That is not okay.
If I give you my number in the first, like, within the first, you know, texting situation, yeah, you're a good person.
Oh.
At least initially. You're good enough for me to give you my number, at least.
That's a good read. You read them good enough, and so you can have my number.
I mean,
Like, I don't have that. I don't place that value on my number like that. I can block you and do all that other stuff. If I need to, if I, you know. So it's not that big of a deal to me.
I just think that, you know, you outlet to those people for a reason. You know, when I'm talking shit about my friends to my man, which I do.
What you said?
Yeah, what are you talking about?
Anyways, so I, you know, when I'm talking shit about my friends to my man, I think there has to be a level of understanding that that's just in this moment.
Exactly.
And vice versa with the friends, because I talk shit about my man to my friends.
That's right.
And they have to understand that that's in the moment. Like, yes, I'm going to talk shit, but I think it's a little bit of self accountability too. You have to realize that you can't just be talking about the bad stuff all the time, you know, because then that does create an image.
Yeah.
You have to also be like, you know what? He bought me flowers today. He's just so sweet, or he did this, he did that. You need to make sure you do those things too.
That reminded me of something, and it goes great with this conversation. So, I have another friend who buys me flowers sometimes, and you know we get each other gifts. And to the outside world, it may seem like it's more than what it is. And so, this past guy I was dating, he was going through my social media. He was like, "So, what's up with this guy?" I said, "Oh, that's just my friend." You know. He was like, "Well, why he buy you flowers?"
I was thinking the same thing too. Actually, I saw the flowers.
See, I was like, I said I was having a bad day, and my friend wanted to cheer me up and remind me that I'm the light. He was like,
That's
yeah,
so
I don't.
Sweet.
Thank you. I thought so too.
That's such a nice friend.
But to somebody else looking in, it's like, well, what's this? And I keep seeing this person buy you stuff, and y'all always. I'm like, don't read too much into it. It's like, damn, like. And that's the thing. Why can't friends treat each other like that? Why can't friends be the norm? Like, why can't that? And when it's not, people start to be suspicious. AKA partners. It's like, okay, this is the type of shit that may be an interference with your relationship meshing well. Because you might be looking at my friend sideways. I may never know it. He may never say nothing to me. But you look at him sideways like, this the bitch that bought you flowers 2 weeks ago. I don't know what his intentions are.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know what
That's
his
a red
intentions are.
flag.
You say Tony, but I don't know what his intentions are. And you may not even know it.
Yeah.
So that's another thing.
Wow.
Let's talk about
So,
that.
Well, why is that a red flag, though?
I was just gonna say because friends do that too.
What do you mean?
Talk about it.
So, like you were just saying earlier with the whole best friend thing, like, so you going out with this bitch, but you didn't invite me, or, you hanging out with them, but it's supposed to be our time, not us time. You know what I mean? So friends do that too. So is it a red flag for friends as well as partners? I'm just playing devil's advocate real quick.
I think so. I think it should be. Or I don't know, because you can say, "Oh, bitch, like damn, like we do our every other Friday. I'm with you. This ain't nothing. Like what? Stop. Like I can have new friends. You ain't going nowhere. Like I can own and have new friends.
Okay, so we should tell our partner the same thing then. I can have friends that buy me flowers.
Yeah.
And that shouldn't affect anything with us. Right?
Yeah. I had a former boyfriend. It was the opposite.
Well, I love this tea.
So
we'll
was,
never get Sarun Chan.
I
We
know.
never get someone fee.
Well, so a former boyfriend, I don't tend to say former as an ex, but my former boyfriend would get jealous of the girls in my life instead, because he was convinced that I was bi, not fully gay. And I'm like, no, I'm gay. So every time that it was connected, what you just shared, so he would get jealous when I was with my female friends. And he kept thinking things were going on with us between the female friends. And that just confused the shit out of me, because it's like, yeah, nothing's going on, dude. Like, but yeah, so yeah, I just related back to that, and that reminded me of that.
So-
It's like,
So
yeah.
wait, he thought you were like
He
lying
really-
about your sexuality?
yeah, I said you're not fully gay.
Hello?
Yeah, that was like a
Goodness.
2-year
Ooh,
relationship.
yes, I
So-
love
Wow.
it.
I know
Yeah.
that you have like really strong like bonds with your friends. How important is it for you for your significant other to get along with them?
It's it's important to me to a certain level, because again, like each individual shares pieces of me, right?
Come on.
So like, I could have like 5 really close friends, but not all of them will have the same type of conversations,
Exactly.
right? So I have one friend who I talk all about sex with, right? And the others who are really close may never get to hear that pieces of me. But then I think that may be relatable to everyone else. If it's my partner, they hear a lot more that sensitive. That meme, boyfriends cry with their significant other. It's more so of that, right? And more that emotional connection. But yeah, so there's a piece of that. But I was always confused about that. Like, I'm not bi. I don't like girls like that. And, so. I
Another
don't
one
know.
bites
It was-
the dust.
Everybody, I just want you to know,
Renee's quest to get
Renee has a crush on Jarrod.
My mom has a crush on Jarrod.
Oh, that's what it
My
is.
mom has a crush on Jarrod. I have
Mom,
a crush
come get
on
'em.
everyone.
Come
It was
get
the
'em,
twerk.
Mom.
It was the twerk TikTok. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Oh, no, she did not
Ooh.
see that.
My
And
mom
don't show
didn't
her
see
that.
that.
Don't show her that.
Oh, I'm showing her. She's in love with
Send her a link, please.
I will send
Oh
her the
my
link,
God.
Mom.
Can you
I
post
got
a
you.
little twerk? Can you post a little 30-second
Just
clip
a little.
Just a
in the
little clip,
middle of the
like, where?
video?
Like right here?
Yeah.
Right here.
We want to see
I'll
it.
see. I'll see if I can slice that in. I'm not that advanced. I know I can do some
we
angles
can
and
slice
stuff, but I
that in
can't.
there.
I don't know if I
Get
can
that
do
in
that.
there.
We'll see.
let's
I did have a question about, like, as a friend, I feel like we have to be careful about what we say to our friend who is in a relationship, because everything that we say is technically going to be taken back to that other person.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Are you saying like
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm gonna spill the tea to my man
Yeah,
about my friend's business?
yeah. You not?
No, not all the time.
I'm
Like
spilling all the tea.
I mean,
See,
it
no.
depends on what the tea is.
No,
like,
because
if it's
that's-
like,
Yeah, no.
That's
I
a confidence
know.
thing, a confidentiality
you can't
thing.
be telling
Like,
your man
Is it?
everything.
I will-
Yes.
Because if
can't
I'm
know
with my
everything.
man, I just feel like that's.
I don't think I would spill tea to my significant other, but I will tell you any secret that you tell me, my sister knows. My sister knows everything.
Noted. Noted.
Well, I'm not telling Renee shit.
Yeah.
I'm telling her shit.
Okay, the only
Or
person,
anything else.
Only person.
Or anything else.
The only person I'm gonna tell is my sister, and she is like across the country, 3,000 miles away.
So you saying everybody in LA know my tea?
She doesn't live in LA. She lives in the Bay Area.
What tea does Renee know that we don't know?
And I know you ain't talking about spilling tea, Jerry. You was holding this person that you was just messing with. Jerry ain't gonna let you. He ain't let you know nothing unless it's official. Unless they about to get married.
Well,
listen, he ain't gonna let y'all know nothing.
Not quite that, but you know, if it's gonna go somewhere, then yeah, I'll say something. But if it ain't nothing, I don't talk about it.
But the whole purpose is saying, hey y'all, I'm possibly dating somebody.
Right.
We would love to know that.
It wasn't even
you was
possible.
trying to.
I had
I
been
know what it
texting with
is.
this guy for a few weeks.
We have a hand raised at the end of the table.
I know what it is. And correct me if I'm wrong. You was just trying to look single on the show. You didn't want nobody to know you had somebody you was talking to. He said,
There we go.
He said, "Baby, I'm viral. I need these DMs to come in, and I don't want nobody to think that I got somebody on my team."
No, I mean, you know, I even told this guy, I was like, look, like we're like, I am not going to lock it in with one person. Like, and he was basically kind of like, you know, he does things differently. Like he only likes to like kind of like go after one person. I'm just like, well, look, like,
Jerry.
Unless we get to that stage, like this is the same conversation we had. Unless we get to that stage, I'm not going to lock it down with you. That sounds like a misunderstanding. You know what I'm saying? Huh?
It sounds like a misunderstanding.
What do you mean? It sounds like a misunderstanding?
I just feel like what he was saying. I don't know. I don't know the full context of the story.
Maybe that's why he didn't tell him. Because I feel like these two would kind of dissect it a little.
No, I think that's okay. You know, if he's saying he just wants to focus on you.
I know, and I think that's fine too. But we had the conversation. He said that he basically kind of respected it. That he does things differently, but I respect it. Is basically what the response was.
So he only date one person at a time, when you date multiple people at a time.
Basically, but I mean, the way that always ends up is I always end up dating one person at a time. I don't ever have that many people. That's like It's like, you know, it's like hypothetically, yes, that would be the ideal.
So why is it a problem if you ideally end up that way anyway?
What are you talking about?
If you ideally end up dating one person at a time anyway, so why is it a problem? I didn't
say it was a problem.
So what is it?
It's not anything. Why are you always trying to twist stuff?
I ain't trying to twist nothing.
It did sound like you said y'all stopped talking because
exactly.
Y'all stopped talking because he wanted to only date you, and you wasn't feeling.
Okay, well, what
did I say we stopped? Why did I say we stopped talking?
You just said because
he wanted to say that.
Well, repeat it.
Yeah.
Okay, clearly I missed it.
I might have missed it too.
Oh, you didn't say.
No, I didn't say why we stopped talking.
This is the hardest left turn we've ever taken on a subject. I would just like to say
we about to get back on the road, Renee. We about to get right there.
We're going to wing it back.
We about to get right there, Renee. We are waiting. Okay,
how certain things are interpreted, like, because I ain't said nothing about how we ended. I just said that, yeah. So, but the reason, I guess it was weird. It just kind of fell off. The conversation just kind of fell off.
Okay.
And you know, I pretty much was just like, look, I feel like there was a shift in communication. And
y'all know he don't play.
Off. You know he trash. He would let you go from one.
He'd be like, one thing. Did you not text me back? Oh,
done. Well, hold on, Jerry.
One like that. Now, let's not even characterize it like that, because y'all ain't even got all the.
We just playing.
Yeah.
Okay. But back on track.
Okay. Here we go. We do detouring back to the conversation.
So I also did kind of want to bring up. So I am someone who doesn't really have like a lot of friends. I just have like, I want to say honestly like 5 very close friends.
That's it.
And so I think that the importance of, you know, that significant other getting along with your friends maybe becomes a little bit more important the less friends that you have. Mm-hmm. Because like those are basically the only people that you're hanging out with, and if that only other person that you're hanging out with doesn't like the other person, I feel like that very much limits like your world a little bit.
See, for me, it's a little bit different. I don't think I need Jeremy to like them. I just need you to respect them. Like, as long as y'all can be in the same room and not argue, that's all. That's really my only requirement.
I think it's honestly kind of, on a personal note, I think it is really important for me because I really like it when like the people that I love get along with each other and are able to have fun with each other. That's really important to me. And when I picture a significant other or me in a relationship, I see them mostly as like another best friend for me to like get along with. And so I would like that best friend to get along with other best friends so we can all be best friends together.
So all your friends have to get along too?
For the most part they do. I haven't really had like an instance where they didn't.
Oh, that's a good question, Mel.
Because I have friends in different circles, and
That's right.
I don't mesh them because I don't think they would get along. But I mean, that's just, I don't know. I guess for me, that's why it doesn't really matter for it. Like I said, for me, it's just important for y'all to respect each other, and that's the only.
I agree.
Yeah, like.
See, it's interesting because I feel like we had this conversation a few episodes ago about like, or maybe we had this off camera. I don't even know, but something about bringing friends together.
Oh yeah, we did talk about
and
that.
Not mixing company. And what I'm hearing you saying is that you don't really mix.
Not that I
on,
don't, but
That's
I
why
just
wasn't
don't
invited
have
to your birthday.
Again, I had nothing to do with the invitation list. I specifically said invite my podcast members, and I left it there. I didn't send out a text message. I didn't know anything. All I knew was to show up in the wig.
He didn't plan it,
that.
Renee.
I did not plan it. But what I would like, I forgot the question. Now,
Meshing friends,
like bringing
circles.
your different friends together.
I will mesh friends. Like if I'm having a party, I'm like, I want all my friends there, and I just need y'all to respect each other, even if y'all don't like each other.
But you won't bring like your different people from like all for like
if you say
like a dinner or like a brunch or something.
Like if one of my friends was like, you know what, at your party, I had fun, but I don't really fuck with such and such. I'm not gonna just force y'all to be around each other, and that doesn't affect either one of the relationships for me, if that makes sense.
So for my 30th birthday, I brought all the different universes together.
Oh wow!
For one big karaoke
little
party,
metaverse.
and a lot of them never met each other.
Okay.
But we all had the same connection was myself, and one of the things they brought up was because it was my birthday, and just they got to meet each other. It was good vibes. There was just the different type of vibe that was very shared. Did they stay connected? No, definitely not. But they just love that space that was able to bring together.
I can say that too.
Right?
Yeah,
definitely. So.
Yeah,
you're
Tony,
the
you're
nucleus.
good for that, Tony.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's why I say I definitely agree with that. I do have a lot of diverse, different friend groups, and I'm the nucleus between a lot of people. And people, although we're all different, when we're in my house or in my space and we're having a party or something, everybody just have a damn good time. Because they know who I am as a person. They know who you are as a person. You're the nucleus, and you bring people together. I don't have to fuck with you outside of Tony or outside of Sarun, but like while we're here, we're all gonna have a good time. So sometimes I do mesh when it's a big thing. If it's a big party, the intimate stuff, more so no, I'll do with you or I'll do with you. But the big stuff, the big parties, absolutely. And I'll tell you to bring some of your friends too. That's right.
Oh yeah, that's another thing. Like if you should definitely be able to hopefully get along with your partner's friends. I feel like because that would be very hypocritical of a person to be like, you have to get along with my friends, and then you're not getting along with their friends.
Most of the time, they don't have their own shit. Excuse me. That's the problem. They don't have their own group, their niche, and it's like
so let me ask you this, Tony. Have you come into that problem consistently?
No, it was one time.
It was just one time?
Was it this time? Because
Okay.
I feel
No.
like the wound is fresh.
No, at this time, because he didn't even meet nobody. So no, it was just before. It's just one time. And it's like, okay, you need to get your own setup, whatever. Like, so you need to be equally busy, equally social, because it's not working. You're sucking the life out of me. Like, and it's not fair. Like, you're going to chastise me for being me before I got with you. Like, no.
Yeah.
No, there's gonna be some changes because I'm in a relationship now, but absolutely not. No.
Well, why don't we bring it back to this question, and why don't we just give our little quick pieces of advice just to kind of close out the episode and like let everybody know where we stand on this issue. We might have some different opinions, I feel like, and I feel like that's what's good about this show is that even if we have different opinions, like the people who are watching, you guys can take what feels right for you.
What resonates.
Yeah, take what resonates.
Although editing does make it look certain ways.
Well, let's talk about the editing then.
I mean, edit it the right way.
Wait.
Because you won't paint it
the right way.
No, it's not.
Jared,
thank you. Come on, Melvin, please help me out.
Tony up with this.
Of course, you're gonna back Tony
Thank
up.
you.
No, you definitely be editing these videos to have us.
Thank you.
Sometimes we be looking like the villain.
I thank you.
I mean, if that is what it is.
No, it's not.
It's not what it is.
I had to send people clips. I said, no, look at this whole 3-minute clip before we got here. Oh wow, you're right. I was like,
come on, y'all.
I was saying, oh my god,
Please,
Tony.
it ain't even like that.
Oh my
I'm with Tony.
Come on.
I have been the villain a few times.
I was like, oh, this is not go down that way.
Not how the conversation actually.
Thank you.
The times that you guys think that you're coming off as a villain, most of the time people are agreeing with you.
No, they
is
agree
not
after
true.
the fact when I had to show them the full clip.
That is not
All
true.
right,
If
well-
you look at the comments.
So I want to know
goodness.
specifically.
No, he ain't got
I
that.
mean, we can cut it out because I will edit this out. But I want to know specifically.
Who's the villain?
Okay, no.
What clips are we talking about?
So-
Because
It was one clip.
were you talking about Just Lie?
Yes. People,
Okay.
People
yeah.
I
were
get-
messaging me like, I cannot believe you have a man. People was like, how dare you? You would cheat on your partner. And I was like, if you actually watch the show, you will understand. I wasn't referring to.
Okay. But that's what I'm saying. Like, they have to watch the show. Like,
So you will say that you edited it.
I try to get some reactions.
Okay.
On social media.
That's all I
There we
needed.
go.
There we go.
There we
On
go.
social media, I try to get some. But in the actual show, like, that's to get y'all to watch. When you watch the show, then you get to see the whole
But
thing.
people don't watch the whole fucking thing
Well,
sometimes.
and
And they make
too
an informed
fucking bad.
consent.
You know, like, I can't
I'm a
help
hoe.
you.
I'm a hoe. I cheat on my
But
man.
look, I mean, like, that was not the best edit. I can admit that. Okay, but that was the only one. Yeah, it was.
Okay.
I think
No, it was one with me,
And to
It
be,
was
and to
one
be
with
quite
me.
honest, I'm the one that got the most heat out of any of y'all. So y'all can't talk.
Well, you talk about the leaning masculine. No, Tony got the blunt end of
Thank
that
you.
one.
No, he
you
didn't.
a shady bitch, Tony. You are shady. You
Oh
are
my God.
nasty.
So-
I was like, oh my
did not.
god.
If
He
you
did
see
not.
the clip, the normal clip from like this angle, you don't notice the eyebrow raise.
you do notice you laughing though.
Well, because of the eyebrow raise, but you wouldn't notice.
Okay, but if I edit the clip, how are you going? Like, you need to know why that situation happened, and so I show Tony. That's
let me say
why
this.
you started laughing, and everybody started. That's why the whole situation popped off because Tony raised his eyebrows kind of shadily.
So let me say this. I don't actually dislike the edits because they are funny.
I like them.
They're funny, but you just need to admit the shade. That's all.
Thank you.
Just
And it's
admit the
against
shade.
two people.
No,
Because one person said, "Oh, I agree with Jared when we were talking about." He wrote under the whole picture. Oh, you're right. I agree with Jared, and I was like, Jared. I said, did you hear anything
there's
I
nothing
said?
wrong with agreeing with Jared.
No, because they
okay?
didn't get the full picture, and I sent them the full picture. They was like, "Oh, okay, I
There
understand."
are a lot of people that agree with you on those clips,
And
agree with
there's
Melvin.
that one guy who like called you and me out for like being picky or something, right?
Listen,
Child.
like
I
Jared
cannot.
said, you guys got
That's
to
one of their friends.
Watch the whole thing, y'all, and you make it informed decision. We got one man.
Okay, so
Right.
we want to wrap it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, my advice would be balance and boundaries. You need to make sure you have a balanced time with your friends and your man, but you also need to set up boundaries with your friends and your man.
All right,
That's that on that.
And boundaries.
I think that like maybe not put too much pressure on making sure that like everyone gets along, because sometimes it's just not going to happen unless it's like really, really important to you that everyone is friendly and gets along. If not, then as long as your friends aren't saying like he's a serial killer, you should probably stop seeing him. I think it's fine.
I guess for me, health, it's the health of a relationship in general. When a new person comes in or a new person gets out, it's all about the health of your your relationships. So as long as people can stay healthy mentally, emotionally between each other in the space, for sure, yeah.
I agree. That whole harmony piece, it resonated with me. It's going to take you 30 days to clean your house. It's going to take you 30 days to clean your house. But if you give yourself 3 hours to clean your house, it'll take 3 hours. So my thing is, I say that to say this. The work that you put in this relationship with your friends or your man, it's going to require some work. If you want it to work, put in the work for it to happen, for it to be successful. That's just my point. If you want them to mesh, create a environment for that to be a environment that's healthy. So just put in some work. Sometimes it may not be healthy initially.
Okay. Opposites attract, but similarities cement. Y'all heard me say that plenty of times. And
That's the
if
next
you
shirt.
are, what was that?
That's the next shirt.
That's the next shirt.
Look, I'm gonna have all these sayings on shirts, but if you want your significant other to mesh with your friends, I would say focus on what you know all of them. You know all of them well, so you know what they all would have in common, if anything. So, try to focus on those things. Try to get them together and try to get them talking about those things and see if something happens. And if it doesn't work out, or if it gets to be a little shaky, then, just try to keep it cordial. And I would say don't overshare with your friends, or I guess with your man, even though in my case, I might be giving my man all the tea. And that's just, that's just me. And maybe I will figure that out once I get into a relationship that's not the best thing, but I don't know. But yeah, that would be my advice.
Right.
So,
Does the sneaky link know IT?
The sneaky link does not know no.
Okay. I just wanted to know.
And the sneaky link and the guy I was talking to are two different people, and that's why I think they were messing up. But anyway.
And the plot thickens.
Interesting. Oh my God.
How much time we got?
We don't have enough time.
We don't have enough time. Let's just close
That'll be
it
for the
out.
next episode. So if you have
Stay
no one
tuned.
else,
You've got us.
you got us.